Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by First Texas Honda. Every week, y'all, we introduce you to a new furry friend looking for their forever home in our First Texas Honda Pet of the Week. Today, we're joined by Steve Garcia, a volunteer with Austin Pets Alive, who has brought along a sweet pup with a special name. He's named Dave Dragon. So good morning to the both of you.
Well, thank you so much. Glad to be here. And I appreciate you giving him his new nickname, Double D.
Double D. Well, because I was like, Dave Dragon, what do we call him after we've said that?
There you go.
Draggy boy.
We're going to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. And he is just a lovable bug. So tell us a little bit about what you know about Dave.
So we've only had Dave for about a month with Austin Pets Alive, so we don't have a whole lot of information. What we have found is that he is super with people. He absolutely loves, you've seen around here.
Oh,
he loves
and he's
everyone
so
who comes
calm.
up.
You guys can see him just standing there, taking a look at himself in the camera right
now.
Yeah. He's just hanging
He's like, I want to adopt that dog.
He's so sweet.
And he is really good with other dogs, so he's been in play groups and gets along really well. He's not a very active dog. He likes to kind of chill a little bit, so he'll play games like fetch, but he'd much rather just kind of hang out on the couch and watch movies, kind of take it easy.
If you're a couch dweller, a couch potato,
yeah.
You can find a friend in Dave Dragon.
Absolutely, he's going to be the best one for you. And we're trying to see how he is around kids. So any information we can get, that's one of the things we talked about with the foster program.
Yeah.
We need to get him so people can give us a little bit of information about how he is around their kids. But I've got a feeling he'd be amazing with just about anybody.
It is hard to imagine that he would get riled up about much, quite frankly.
Right.
Let's talk about how you got Dave at Austin Pets Alive, because he came to you in a bit of need. And he's 4 years old, right? So he's about full size, but we'd like to have him at a higher weight.
Oh, absolutely. So he actually has gained 10 pounds since we've gotten him in.
Oh, well, good for you, Dave.
He was in really tough shape, but we got him from another shelter that couldn't afford to take care of his medical needs. So he had heartworm at the time. We were able to bring him in, and we're treating that for him. We take care of medical issues, give him a chance to, in situations like that, a lot of shelters just have to put the dogs down.
Oh, sad.
And that's what we try to do, is go to the other shelters and find out what can we do to make sure that they have a full extended life.
Absolutely. So you guys have been helping him out, and a really important piece that we want people to know who might possibly adopt Dave is that as long as they keep coming to you, those heartworm treatments are totally covered.
Yeah, going through our clinic, we will take care of the heartworm treatments for you until this bout is over with, and he is making great progress with that right now. So he's in great shape and ready to go.
I'm happy to hear it. He's not as treat motivated as I am, as we're talking about a happy home. So yes, he's put on some weight, but who would be best as a place for Dave to say, this is my forever home?
Well, he wants attention. So someone who has the time to spend with him, it doesn't have to be an active kind of thing. He just wants to know that you're there, you're giving him. He hasn't done a whole lot of training, so we would love to see someone who can actually spend the time, get him to learn some of the basic obedience cues, and that'll help you, in addition to the skills, he's learned to bond with you a lot better, and that's what we want for him.
Absolutely, and so lots of treaties, guys. Get him to put the weight on and get him to learn some things at the same time. Those two things go hand in hand. But you did bring up fostering, so if somebody is seeing Double D today and they're thinking, okay, I can't take him on full time, but maybe I can foster him for a week or two, this is where you get really valuable information that can help Dave find his forever home.
Right. When we keep them on shelter or in our campus, we just see them from a day-to-day situation when we're working with them, but we don't get to see them around necessarily other dogs in play. We don't get to see them around kids. So we need people to tell us this is what he's like in the house. And we've got, the thing that makes us so successful is that we've got an amazing support from Austin. All the people in Austin come out all the time to foster, to adopt. And by fostering, you're actually saving another life, because now we can bring in another dog to our shelter and give them an opportunity to be adopted or fostered as well. So anyone who can help out, you can just come by the shelter if you don't have an idea of who you want. We've got an amazing matchmaker team who will find the one that's perfect for you.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And You guys offer so much to the dogs and cats here of Central Texas. So it's incredible that you can help in some of these other places where other shelters cannot.
Right.
So I do want to talk about the event you have coming up with Four Hands. It's a furnishing store, so it's not the first thing I thought of when I think of animals, but talk to me about that.
Well, they've been fantastic for us. They actually provide a lot of the furnishings for our new clinic that's opening.
Oh,
So,
exciting.
yeah, we've got a good connection with them. And so they're going to be doing an adoption event on the 20th, and it's going to be from 10 to 6, I believe. And it's going to be a full day. They've got vendors who are going to be out there. They're even going to have a photographer so you can get family photos done with them. Bring your pets out, and this would be a good time, plenty of time to get the picture done for the Christmas cards to go out.
Oh, that's
So,
clever.
Bring your sweaters out.
Yeah, get the matching outfits on, your dog with the matching outfit as well. And there are going to be dogs for adoption there, I'm guessing.
We're going to have, we can actually get them so that they can be adopted on site. So
Oh, that's great.
You can, in fact, the pictures, you can take the first picture with your dog there at the photo studio.
What a wonderful memory that would be.
Isn't it
Okay,
amazing?
so that's coming up right around the corner. And the last question I've got for you, just in about our last 30 seconds or so, is if someone is seeing this sweet, calm boy today, and they're thinking, okay, I've got to have Dave Dragon in my house, how does the adoption process work?
So what we recommend is that you, first of all, reach out through our website and say that you're interested in him. We'll schedule a meet and greet, especially if you've got kids or dogs that you're going to want to introduce him to. So we want to give him a chance to kind of get it acclimated that way. And then, you know, we've got all kinds of dogs out there. If you don't know if maybe Dave isn't the right one for you, have our matchmakers talk to you. Tell them what kind of lifestyle you live, what you're looking for, and they will find the exact one that you need.
Lovely. And kitties, too.
And kitties, yeah.
Can't ever forget those. All right. We appreciate your time today, Steve.
Thank you.
And Dave, you did so good. I really hope that someone has seen his sweet face and he's going to be finding a forever home.
Oh, he's
today.
got to.
I think so. Oh, a little cough. All right. To get more information on adopting Dave Dragon, visit austinpetsalive.org and follow them on social media as well at Austin Pets Alive. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by First Texas Honda. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Rosedale Acupuncture and Wellness. Chronic inflammatory conditions like arthritis can change everything: your mobility, your energy, even your ability to be a parent or grandparent. Dr. Lucas Brown of Rosedale Acupuncture and Wellness is here today to talk to us about how a turning point is possible. So, Dr. Brown, I want to ask first and foremost, what do you see most often when patients walk through the door?
Sure, yeah. For most patients, when they walk through the door, they've been dealing with the same thing for a long period of time, and usually it's pretty debilitating. You know, it's about their quality of life is just kind of gone away. In Pauline's case, who we're about to hear from, she was dealing with degenerative arthritis, and she really wasn't able to do anything. She would have these flare-ups that would last for weeks, and within 3 weeks of treating her, we got those flare-ups down to nothing.
All right, let's go ahead and take a listen to what Pauline has to say.
Thank you.
Before I found the Rosedale Wellness Center, I had a lot of trouble with flare-ups from my degenerative arthritis, and I have some inflammatory elements. And one of the first things I noticed after about 3 weeks is that I had not had any more inflammatory episodes. I have been able to do a lot more, especially with my little grandson. I used to not be able to pick him up at all, so I can play a lot better with him. I've started getting back to an exercise regimen, which I'd had to give up. Between the wonderful care that I get here and the great outcomes that I've been feeling, that's been the best. If I was speaking to someone who was looking for help, I would suggest that they just take a deep breath and relax and listen to what Dr. Brown has to say. You don't necessarily see the results in one day, but I definitely felt it within the first 2 weeks of starting treatment.
Wow, it's really nice to hear from Pauline. And something that stuck out to me there, Dr. Brown, is her ability to play with her grandson again. That's quality of life.
Absolutely, and that might not sound like medicine to most people, but that's what we do here, right? It's about connection, movement, independence. I've joked before that I feel like I have the best job in the world because we restore that quality of life. I now think that grandparents have the best job in the world. We get to help them do their job, so that makes us the second best job in the world. I mean, if there's one takeaway, don't give up hope. I mean, maybe it's what with us, maybe it's with someone else, but definitely there is something that can be done. But here it all starts with a conversation.
Powerful medicine indeed. All right, Dr. Brown, thank you.
Thank you.
If anyone out there watching can relate, give Rosedale Acupuncture a call and their patient care coordinator will set up a free consultation with Dr. Brown to see if he can possibly help you. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Rosedale Acupuncture and Wellness. Welcome back, everybody. One-of-a-kind watercolor paintings embodying the city we love. Local artist Avery Price is highlighting our capital city in such a vibrant way through coloring Austin. She's here to tell us more about her work, and we're happy to have her. Avery, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so cool. You get to work as an artist full-time, which is not an easy feat, my friend. I want to ask how you got into art in the first place, and specifically the medium that you work with, which is this gorgeous watercolor.
Thank you. Well, I've always wanted to be an artist since I was a little girl, so that was always the plan growing up. Ended up going to school for it, and I studied some oil painting, came back to Austin, and I kind of took a break from art, and I needed an easy medium to get back into it. I was in a small apartment, and watercolor ended up being my medium, and I fell in love with it, and it's been so much fun since.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You said to me off camera, the change from oil painting to watercolor painting might be a bigger gap than people realize.
Yes.
So can you talk to me about the difference between those two as an artist?
Yes, so oil is a lot of building up color and very vibrant. Watercolor is more so building up in layers, but also looking for kind of working backwards. So looking for those white spaces in the beginning versus in oil painting, you kind of add those white spaces at the end and highlight. So it's been very interesting. Also watercolor, you can't really paint over it. So
right.
you kind of have
can't
to
hide
build.
your sin.
No, so it's pretty unforgiving, which makes it a fun, challenging medium, and I've really enjoyed it.
Well, and of course you have to be very skilled to do what you do, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I love seeing some really recognizable things here on the table. So I want to ask about why Austin specifically. You say businesses, landscapes, architecture are so much of the inspiration for your work.
Oh yes, I am a born and raised Austinite. I love this city so much. And I decided to start painting Austin businesses because I just got so inspired by the stories behind all, keep Austin weird, shop local. And every one of these businesses have such passionate, wonderful people and stories behind it. So it's been really fun for me to highlight those through my work.
That is so cool. Yeah, I see Uchi, good food, Clark's Oyster Bar, Ski Shores, which I think a lot of locals will know, but Amy's Ice Cream too. And they're really fun and very vibrant pieces that you've put on such a small space, actually. Do you enjoy working kind of in a tinier mode?
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and I get more, by working so small, I kind of get creative freedom to kind of what I want to highlight, and it means I could paint a lot too, so I kind of use it as my journal of my Austin adventures. But yeah, it's kind of fun to keep it more contained and more concise.
And it brings us to our next point, which is that our producer Blake found a mini art stand over the weekend with his wife, and he got a sweet little print out and was so impressed by it, and that's the reason we've been able to find you. So talk to us about what the mini art stand is all about, because there are a couple locations, right?
Yes, so Austin Mini Art, it's another husband and wife duo company, and they have put these mini art vending machines in several hotels and several businesses where you can purchase for $4 to $3 these
That's nothing.
2-inch by 3-inch little pieces of fine art from local artists, and it's been great as like a take home and a really
Austin
fun
souvenir.
Yes, affordable, great local art.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So I think about the fact that your work is so valuable. Is neat maybe though to have so many prints be able to be sold. And do people get to pick, or is it totally random?
It's totally random, but typically I think it's 4 to 6 different prints that you can get, and they're kind of methodically placed, so you can
So if
kind
you
of collect
stand
them.
around.
Yeah, you can kind of collect all the different variations and prints.
And these
offered.
are 2 of the prints that are on offer right
Yes.
now, is that right?
Yes.
They're
And
beautiful.
thank you. And those are at the Line Hotel currently, and we're working on a second collection for the Line Hotel right
So
now as well.
exciting.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
I love that. Okay, we touched on this earlier, but I do want to go back to it before we let your beautiful brain go. Is, you know, some of the differences between watercolor painting and every other type of painting out there. Is there anything that's surprising that people may not know?
Yeah, I think typically when people think of watercolor, I think they think soft and kind of whimsical, which it can be, and that's beautiful. But how I've used watercolor that I've really loved is it could be vibrant and bold and a big statement, which I think is surprising in approaching watercolor.
Absolutely. And I mean, I told you I've taken all of 2 watercolor classes with my mother-in-law, good morning, Cindy, in the last year. But the fact that you might paint your canvas with water before you ever start putting color down, it really is working your brain in a totally different way.
Yes, definitely. And it's quite a fun process going through it, and kind of a good mental challenge, but it's been really fun.
Yeah, oh, it's so cool. And I think, to your point, so whimsical, but the fact that you can read this lettering so well, I mean, it just speaks to the fact that you have such a fine hand.
Oh,
yeah, I'm really impressed. All right, let's talk about what's ahead for you. You said, of course, you can't give away all the details, but there are some fun things in the works.
Yes, so more locations for Awesome Mini Art in a couple of places. I think our next one is the Thinkery.
Oh, great.
Which will be fun.
That'll be
and
great.
a whole specific collection for that. And then a few local hotels, you might see my work in some of their check presenters or postcards and stuff like that.
Oh, that's really exciting. Yeah. And if someone is interested in maybe a picture just for themselves, whether it's asking you for something custom or just ordering one of your beautiful pieces, can they do that?
Yes, they can find me on my website, coloringaustin.com. And then also if you follow me on Instagram at coloringatx, I keep all of my events and projects up to date on there.
Sounds good to me. Well, Avery, I'm very impressed, my friend. It was so nice to meet you.
It was great to meet you.
And congratulations on everything.
Thank
We can't wait to
you.
see what's next. All right, guys, for your very own original piece of art by Avery, visit coloringaustin.com. Make sure to follow her on social media as well at coloringatx. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by B&A Surgeons. Doctors Nicole Bassa and Alan Abando want to make B&A Medical Center your destination for effective weight loss programs and medical aesthetic treatments. We're here today to learn a little bit more about their clinic, starting with a really fun word to say. It's ExoMind, and it is the system that is sitting right behind us. So, Dr. Bassa, if you would, talk to me a little bit about what this is.
Yeah, so ExoMind is a technology that utilizes something called TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. And what it is, it's stimulating an area of the brain that you decide. This device stimulates an area of the brain that is a long name, which is the left dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which actually helps you to be less stressed, less anxious. It helps you to be calmer. It also helps you in terms of weight loss because it also helps to decrease snacking, grazing, it's actually effective and FDA approved for binge eating disorder.
Your husband, Dr. Abando, said, Dr. Bassa actually cottoned onto this idea faster than I did. But now that it's here, Dr. Abando, you love it. So let's talk about the results your patients are seeing.
Yeah, I think the machine has done exactly what Dr. Bassa had expected it to, and actually has thrilled me in the results for the patients. One patient talks about specifically what she talked about with relieving anxiety and stress, and she oftentimes would medicate that with food. She's one of the first to describe the idea that she wasn't stress eating. The results are exactly what we had hoped.
Dr. Boss, I do want to ask about how ExoMind is helping support patients who are coming off of those GLP-1s, because fear is a big portion of this, right?
Absolutely.
I'm scared about how I'm going to feel about eating again.
Right. So with medical weight loss drugs, the GLP-1s, that's all the craze. It's very effective. People do lose weight. GLP-1s come with a lot of side effects, which are, nausea, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, GI problems. And this has minimal side effects, and it really addresses the root cause of why we end up snacking, binging, boredom eating, all the emotional ties with eating. Just reach out through the contact form on our website page, or give us a call. We'll schedule a consultation. We'll go over from head to toe what issues, what things can we help you with.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ready to feel like yourself again? Learn more and schedule a consultation at B&A Surgeons by going to bamedicalcenter.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by B&A Surgeons. The following portion of Studio 5 is sponsored on behalf of Rayburn Wines, Cricket, TCL, and Joyba by Tips on TV.
Football season is here, and that means gearing up for tailgating and watch parties. So here with me is the recipe for football fun. Ovi Mihaly, former NFL pro football player and TV analyst. Ovi was a fullback for the Atlanta Falcons and Baltimore Ravens, an all-star for Wake Forest, and he now hosts the Believe in Falcons podcast. Ovi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Blake. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Pumped to be speaking with you. So, Ovi, let's start with this. What's the secret to a successful tailgate?
Now, Blake, if I told you the secret, it wouldn't be a secret, but I'm going to tell you anyway because we're friends. We go way back.
Yes.
But no, it's really, I was so blessed to play in the NFL, played for almost 10 years, two-time All-Pro, played with Hall of Famers, and I kind of had a chance to lead some great teams. But now I'm leading you, my family, my friends on how to have the best tailgate. And the secret's simple. Be creative and have fun.
Okay, be creative and have fun. I think that's a good, easy step for a lot of people. Now, what's a great icebreaker when we're hosting these parties?
Well, I like to have something that's for everyone. And for me and my guys, we used to be just beer and bourbon guys. My wife is from Oakland, California, and she loves wine. Not just any wine, she loves Rayburn wines. And whether you're at the stadium or hosting from your own backyard, Rayburn Winery's expressive wines like bright Chardonnay or bold Cabernet Sauvignon will take your tailgate to the next level. Plus, this fall, Rayburn's Gather and Grill sweepstakes will provide one lucky fan with everything needed to create the ultimate outdoor entertaining space. Go to RayburnWinery.com and enter by September 30th for a chance to win a prize package valued at $4,000.
Yeah, I love that you said ultimate outdoor entertaining space, because leading kind of into the next question here, the other thing we want is a great atmosphere. If the vibes are not right, people don't want to be there. So what's a great idea you have for us to kind of create that perfect party atmosphere?
Well, Blake, here. Personalization wins the party. The atmosphere is everything. And if you personalize it, you're going to have everyone excited because, like, oh, this isn't your average party. This is your party. And your party will be the party if you use Cricket Joy Extra. It's our go-to tool for tailgating and watch parties. You can craft custom koozies with team logos, front door signs, food and drink menu boards, and much, much more. Show your team pride and make your setup stand out. Compact in size, Cricket Joy Extra fits in any space and brings quality customization to every project. Whether hosting a party to kick off the season or just tailgating, Cricket Joy Extra crafts simple, standout essentials that make a one-of-a-kind tailgate.
I love that. Well, and we know that, I think it's almost common knowledge at this point that anytime something's personalized, it just makes you feel special and that they thought of you. So that's a great way to, I think, really impress your guests. Now, what about some new tech you've got to improve the overall game day experience?
Ooh, this is my Achilles heel. And those who know me know I only go third person if I love something. And Ovi loves a great TV. So look no farther than TCL. It's the official TV partner of the NFL and the award-winning QM6K. TCL is committed to helping fans create the ultimate game day setup at the tailgate or in your living room. This 98-inch stunner ensures everyone has a great view of the action. And what I love is that because of the high-quality picture, you have a great view from any angle. No rushing to the party early to get the middle couch and the middle seat. No, every angle is a great angle. TCL's Back to Football deals are helping fans save without sacrificing their viewing experience. So now through September 29th, you can get up to 50% off the QM6K in various sizes on Amazon and Best Buy.
I love that. And Ovi, to follow your lead, Blake also loves TV, so that's something I need to get my hands on. It sounds like that's a great buy for people to have in their bank now. So, all right, any other ideas you have to just really wow those tailgate guests that we've got?
Yes, yes, sir. And this one makes me smile because it makes my kids smile, and frankly, it makes the big kid in all of us smile. It's
Yeah.
boba. And not just any boba, Joyba. Joyba is made with real tea, fruit flavors, and popping boba. The little bubbles that pop when you bite them. It comes in a variety of refreshing flavors like strawberry lemonade green tea, mango pineapple green tea, and my favorite, raspberry dragon fruit black tea. Ooh, it's perfect for your tailgate because it's ready to drink with built-in straws that give you big pop on a little budget. Pick up Joyba at your local grocer to enjoy it anytime, anywhere.
All right, I love that. Boba's all the rage now, so I think that's definitely something great that anyone will be able to enjoy, kind of like you said. Now, any favorites to win it all when it comes to college or the pro ranks?
I would love my Wake Forest Demon Deacons to win it all. I recently got inducted to the Wake Forest Sports Hall of Fame. So despite me being a regular guy, I'm next to Tim Duncan and Arnold Palmer and Trish Paul and these guys. And so I am a Wake Forest guy through and through. But we ain't there yet. We're going to hopefully win the ACC, then we'll go to the next level. But Georgia, I'm in Georgia, and those Bulldogs, they want that title back. So they're coming for it. NFL-wise, Falcons and Ravens, both my teams, they go to the Super Bowl, NFC, AFC. I'm a happy man, so I can dream.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Ovi, this has been such a lovely conversation that I really think is going to get all our viewers hyped for football season. So where can people go for more information for all these amazing ideas?
For more information for you, Blake, and all of your wonderful listeners and watchers, go to tipsontv.com.
All right, Ovi, thanks so much. Happy football season.
Thank you, sir.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored on behalf of Rayburn Wines, Cricket, TCL, and Joyba by Tips on TV. It is a term that we're starting to hear more often, eating clean or maybe living clean. But what does it really mean, and why does something like that matter? Kim Eagle with Earn That Body is here to help guide us this morning because this is part of her own personal journey. First of all, Kim, just wanted to say hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you, Rosie?
I'm happy to see you, my friend. Okay, why does clean living matter, Kim? You and I were talking off camera, and basically you've gotten angry about the things that you have found out about what's in our everyday stuff. Well, let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, food aside, we talk about that all the time. Everyone knows I try to tell you to eat as clean as possible. But what I've gotten sort of angry about is the fact that there are so many chemicals in the everyday products that we use. And at this point, we can't remove the chemicals out there, but I feel like we can minimize. And so that's sort of what clean living is minimizing the amount of toxins in your life wherever you can.
Absolutely. All right. And let's talk about what exactly clean living is, because it covers a couple of different subject matters, which might overwhelm everybody. But you said the point of this segment is that we're trying to just gently introduce people to the idea here. So what exactly is clean living by definition?
Yeah, so by definition, it's definitely personal for some people, but to me, it's about living as clean as possible without chemicals, toxic chemicals, interfering in your health. And over time, the more chemicals we're exposed to, obviously, that's where it can be a little bit of a health hazard. So where can we minimize? And it's like we said, we already know it's in the food, but it's also in things like household cleaning products. It's in the toothpaste. It can be in our jeans, Rosie, which is so upsetting. One that I learned about in all my research this summer is even in all these watches, so that we have these watch bands they have something called PFAS in them, PFAS, which is what's called a forever chemical, and it's toxic. So clean living is about just kind of cleaning up the products that we use one step at a time.
And let's touch on the fact that, to your point, we're never going to get fully rid of these things. They have just become ubiquitous in society for us as modern day Americans, but we can minimize, right? Can you touch on that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's all we can do, but small steps to minimize will add up over time, right? So this is something that I have wanted to do for years, but I felt like it was too overwhelming. And every time I started to research a product, well, this company would say it was good and this would say it's bad. And it just became so overwhelming that I would always say, I'll do it another time. Well, I'm finally ready to sort of do the deep dive on all the products, but I do one at a time. So like the first thing I started with was my skincare, because I was like, okay, this I actually put on my skin, which is, you know, the biggest target for sort of absorbing all those toxins. And I think that's what we have to tell everybody is take one product at a time. If you can make that cleaner, then you can move on to the next product.
I think that's good. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. Let's talk about the two websites that it is you use in order to help yourself along the way, how you can tell that something is clean, isn't clean, what the toxins might be, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and so say you take your skincare product, grab one of them, and you could first just do a simple Google search and sort of see, is this toxic? But I also like two apps. One is called Yucca, Y-U-K-A, and the other is the EWG. And so both of those will sometimes have differing perspectives, but overall, you'll be able to find out, is this rated highly, you know, as a good thing, you know, less chemicals, or does it have a bad rating, meaning it's highly toxic? And that's a great place to start.
Importantly, they can also give you some alternatives or other suggestions, because that's the thing, right? Once you find out, oh, I shouldn't be using this, what on earth should I be using?
Yeah, and you know, the Yucca app in particular, if I look something up and it gives it a poor rating, if you look below, it'll give you all these options of better brands. And so I absolutely love that.
Nice. Okay. Let's talk about how someone can start, because as we said, small steps here. You say start with one product.
Yeah, I say start with one product. And then also just a quick thing to note is just because one product in a brand is clean or not toxic doesn't mean all the products are. So it's really important to start with just say like one thing, look it up, do that Yucca and EWG search and go from there in terms of, you know, maybe all the product you have is actually great. And that's a thumbs up. Like every once in a while, I find one product in my counter that's like, okay.
That has to feel like a win.
It's a total win, which means we don't have to throw everything out, just some things. But, you know, start with one, search that one on Yucca, EWG, make that one change. But don't feel like you have to wipe everything out at once, because that is where the overwhelm is.
Okay, all right, one step at a time. I want to make sure that we talk about a couple more things before we let you go. You say this is kind of the like New Year's resolution time of the year for you, especially when you start hearing from busy moms or busy families. They are finally starting to slow down just a little bit, and then they're realizing the holidays are going to be right here around the corner. I want to lock in. So talk to me about what you're offering.
Yeah, so I have a lot of programs right now. I have my private nutrition program, the Earn That Body program, that is fitness and nutrition. And all the moms are sort of logging in and checking in and registering for these because, again, you just got back from vacations, the kids are back in school, and you're ready to dial it in before the holidays. And then besides that, I do have the all-new holiday challenge for 2025. It starts the day after Thanksgiving. So you can enjoy that holiday, then clean it up for 10 days before the next holidays begin. And with that, you get the all-new Hardcore Abs Challenge. So it's a fun 10-day thing that you can do. Just go to earnthatbody.com. Right there on top, there is a button for the holiday challenge.
You always have so many cool programs to look at, and it's all online. So I encourage people, check it out, because sometimes it just doesn't feel like you have time. But if you can log in online, you can get help from Kim ASAP, which is awesome. And I always want to make sure that we mention your newsletter if we can, especially the fact that you give away free info. Like I saw cold cucumber soup on the recipe for this month. So just in our last 10 seconds here.
Yes, go to earnthatbody.com/newsletter. Just once a month, I send out the newsletter with free video workouts, free recipes, free education, and inspiration.
Sounds good to me. Kim, good to see you, my friend. Learn more about all of Kim's services to get you feeling great at earnthatbody.com. From making sure you take your vitamins to remembering the last time you vacuumed, it can seem like the to-do list never ends. But with the right products, you can make your chores a breeze. Learn more about the best products at the best prices in this week's epic discounts from consumer resource bestreviews.com.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by BestReviews.com. I'm Alyssa Bergamini. Take out your phone and scan the QR code on your screen to get ready to save big. First up, the Levoit cordless vacuum cleaner. It's lightweight, powerful, and runs up to 60 minutes on a single charge. With less than 1% suction warp and removing at least 99% of particles, you get deep, reliable clean every single time. It is a high-powered 240-watt energy-efficient motor with a 5-stage HEPA filtration system, so you're not just cleaning, you're purifying as well. Weighing under 4 pounds and featuring a removable battery, washable filters, and LED headlights, cleaning is so simple. Originally priced at $349.99, today you save 23%. Your price just $269.97. Next up, we are helping you start your morning off right. If you're looking for your coffee fix, well, the Keurig K Elite gives you fresh, hot coffee in just under a minute. Choose your brew size from 8 to 12 ounces, pop in a K-cup, and go. And for a healthy boost, the Magic Bullet Mini Juicer is compact, powerful, and easy to clean. Juice directly into the included cup and sip on the go. Quick, healthy, and mess-free. Now let's talk about something even more important, your future. With inflation rising and interest rates uncertain, many Americans are looking for safer ways to protect their retirement savings. One option gaining attention, gold IRAs. Money.com has done the research for you, comparing the top gold IRA providers in the country. Instead of relying only on stocks, a gold IRA lets you diversify with something real, physical gold. History shows that during times of inflation, gold often holds up strong. Getting started is simple. Open an account, move your funds from your existing retirement account, and choose your metals stored in a secure IRS-approved vault. Visit money.com or scan the QR code now to see their top-rated gold IRA companies. Let's take one last look at today's products and services. Head to epicdiscounts.com or just scan the QR code and get ready to scan, shop, and save with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products mentioned and where to buy them by going to our website, KXAN.com, and clicking on the Marketplace tab. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Rosedale Acupuncture and Wellness, B&A Surgeons, Rayburn Wines, Cricket, and TCL by Tips on TV.